So, welcome everyone to week 3 of our journey through the 8 limbs of yoga. And so this week we arrive at Asana. And so these are the postures, or what most people immediately think of when they hear the word yoga. But Asana is much more than shapes we make with our bodies. The word itself actually means seat. A steady, easeful place to be. It reminds us that yoga isn't about performance or perfection, but it's about embodiment. So it's about coming home to your body, noticing what's present and finding steadiness and comfort in yourself. So I'd just like you to take a moment to check in. So you can take a nice deep breath in and a nice slow breath out. And you can just start to check in with your body. Just becoming aware of how it feels, where there's any tension, bend, hold. And just ask yourself, how do I feel in my body today? And then ask yourself, what would feel supportive to move or release right now? Usually when I come to my first seated position, I feel it in my shoulders, maybe a little bit in the tops of my thighs, maybe in my neck as well. Just scanning the body. And there's no right or wrong answer, only curiosity and awareness. And that is the heart of Asana. So just taking a few more breaths in just to really arrive at our practice today. And our short practice together is just going to explore 3 simple poses. So all that I'm going to ask you to do is to remember to focus on how the posture feels, not how it looks. So we're very slowly going to come to our mountain pose, which is standing at the top of our mat. So I'd like you to stand nice and tall with your feet rooted into the earth. Now when we say feet rooted into the earth, what does that mean? I like to really just lift all of my toes off the mat, splay them, and then really root the tips of my toes back onto the mat, and really think about being heavy in the heels and then the soles of the feet, full connection. And it might even help that if you're looking at me, you can't see my feet. So take a nice deep breath in, maybe close your eyes if it feels safe to do so. I know sometimes it can feel a little bit uncomfortable if you're not used to being in a standard position with your eyes closed, because it is about that protection, isn't it? Our eyes are always looking to make sure we're safe, but hopefully you're joining me in a safe space where you can close your eyes. And then all I'm going to ask you to do is imagine energy rising through from the soles of your feet all the way up your legs, your calves, your knees, back of the thighs. The energy reaches your pelvis, your belly, your ribs, your chest, the lower spine, mid-spine, upper spine out, both arms, relaxing the shoulders. And just imagine that energy all the way up now through the face, softening the jaw, all the way out to the crown of the head. Now you may even take a nice deep breath in and just roll the shoulders down, round and back, and just become aware of how your belly button pulls in to the back of the spine, and just be held here for a moment. Breathe into your belly. Slowly breathing out, and just feel your strength and presence here. This is your foundation. And so if you haven't been able to close your eyes, you might just take a very low gaze if you haven't done that already. So now that you're standing here, just feel the energy. rising up through the soles of the feet. It's not unusual, maybe just a little sway backwards and forwards on the soles of the feet, but just feeling really rooted, tall through the long spine, all the way out to the crown of the head. So to come out of this, we're going to take a nice deep breath in, raise the hands up overhead, and we're going to slowly draw the belly button to the back of the spine as we forward fold, nice and gently, taking a little bend into the knees as we come all the way down into forward fold. Take a nice deep breath here, and as you exhale out, just step your right foot back and then your left foot back, and we come to all fours. So I'm just going to turn on the side for this. Now if you need to, you might choose to take a blanket under your knees for a little bit of support. And what will happen is you'll take your knees under your hips, your hands under your shoulders. You take a nice deep breath in, but just lightly engage the belly button to the back of the spine. So that's just like a little pause or a little pull in here. So you might even do a little cough. And as you cough, you'll feel the abs engage and catch. So with our hands under our shoulders, our knees under our hips, we're going to take a deep breath in, and as we take that breath in, I like to curl my toes, and you'll notice that your back just arches and your chest lifts as you take the inhale. Now we haven't hunched in the shoulders, so you just glide the shoulders away from the ears, and it may be that you take a very, very slight, so subtly you can't see it, gentle little bend in your elbows. Draw your shoulders back. This is cow. So you're just going to pause here with the inhale. As you exhale, you round through the spine, tuck your chin towards your chest, that Halloween cat back arch. The tops of your feet have landed back onto the mat. Dip your chin into your chest and just become aware of that cat stretch. Flow slowly with your breath. Inhaling, curling the toes. As you lift your chin, slight engagement of the belly button to the back of the spine, drawing the shoulders away from the ears. Exhaling, tops of the feet land, dipping the chin towards the chest, drawing your belly button up to the sky, grounding through the palms, just feeling your spine awakening, and just flow through with this, inhaling and exhaling. Flow slowly with your breath. You may take a pause. Exhaling out. Now, I really like to move a little bit in my cat-cow. So in cow, coming forwards, you might choose to send your chest a little bit over your shoulders, or over your hands, sorry. So your shoulders are over your hands. And then as you Halloween cat arch, just sending the seat back towards the heels. And you'll notice a really nice deep stretch in the lower base of your spine. Inhaling forward. You'll also feel front line of the belly as you come forward with that inhale. One more time, rounding with that Halloween cat arch and coming back to tabletop. So we're now going to gently release back into child's pose. So to do that, you just widen the knees slightly and bring the toes together. And then very slowly start to send your seat back towards your heels, so much so that you can connect the seat to your heels. And as you've noticed, my arms have lengthened to enable me to go back. It may be that you find that you've hunched in your shoulders, so glide your shoulders down and back. You can then choose to stack the palms one on top of each other and slowly lower the forehead to meet on top of the stacked palms. If that's too much, you may choose to make little fists, so it's a little bit higher. Or you may choose to keep your arms reaching and allow your forehead to settle into the mat. So the forehead is the third eye center, the space to enable you to go beyond. And here we just need to notice the surrender of this posture. Relaxing into the shoulders, a heaviness in the seat. If there's any tension in the lower back, you can take a very, very gentle rock of the hips from left to right. Filling up the belly, the ribs in the chest, noticing the expansion in the hip sockets, the lower spine. And then as you exhale, releasing slowly, just noticing how the hips and lower back, shoulders, face muscles just soften. So just with each breath, think to yourself, surrender and safe. Breathing slow and deep. Notice how heavy your seat becomes. Again, if you need to make any micro adjustments by taking a little movement in the hips, that's fine. You may, even if your hands are stacked now, choose to allow your forehead to connect to the earth and just take away reaching forward with the palms. Just draw the palms back towards the body a little so there's no tension in the shoulders. Little gap between the teeth, softness in the jaw, the face, the eyes, the forehead. Very slowly to come out of this, lifting the forehead, rising up onto all fours, drawing the knees back under the hips, and very slowly coming back to a seated position where we will just take a few more slow breaths as you gently return. You know, that child's pose is really grounding. It's not unusual for coming out of a child's pose position to feel really heavy and rooted. So Asana is not about chasing the perfect posture. It's about noticing how your body feels and allowing that awareness to guide you. So your practice this week is to try these 3 poses again in your own time, slowly and mindfully. Just let them teach you something about presence. And of course, I'd love for you to share with me which one of these 3 is maybe your favorite pose, or you might have a different pose that you'd like to share with me. Or you might just share what you've noticed when you've slowed down. So, in our practice, in a yoga class, we would do movement to help us get to what would be a meditative state. So I'm now going to invite you to lie down and listen to an Asana body scan. And this short body scan is going to be aligned with our focus on Asana, which is the physical body. And so this practice is an invitation to simply notice your body as it is in this moment, not to judge, not to change, but to come home to your seat or to your lying position, steady and easeful. So I'm going to give you a few moments to make a decision on whether you would like to remain seated in a comfortable position, if that feels right for you, or you may choose to lie down and obviously make yourself comfortable. If you're going to listen for a little while, always make sure you bring to a yoga class a blanket and maybe a cushion, because it's always really nice in a seated position to sit with your hips a little bit higher. So find your comfortable position. Lying down or seated, whatever one feels best for you. Allow your eyes to close or soften your gaze. Take a slow breath in through the nose and sigh it gently out of the mouth. If you do that a few more times, in through the nose and out through the mouth. Really feel with that sigh out of the mouth, that process of letting go. One more time together. Inhale through the nose and out through the mouth. Let your body begin to settle into the mat, the floor, the bed beneath you. So we will travel through your body with awareness, pausing to notice and breathe into each area. So bring your awareness to your feet. Feel the weight, the contact with the earth. Breathe into your legs, sensing their strength, the support they give you every day. Now bring your awareness up through your legs to your hips and your pelvis. Just release any gripping or tension in the seat area. Allow yourself to feel grounded here. Your seat is your center of stability. Breathe in and allow your full lower body to become heavy and rooted into the earth. Now take a nice slow deep breath into your belly. Bring your awareness there. This is the space of your solar plexus chakra, yellow like the sun. Breathe into this space, your fire, your strength, your presence. With each breath you take, imagine this area glowing with warmth and vitality. Now notice your chest rising and falling with each breath. Can you soften here? Let yourself feel supported by your own breath. Now let your awareness move into your shoulders, down both of your arms and into your hands. Just release any heaviness. Allow your hands to rest with ease. Release any tension in your thumbs. First finger, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, hands fully relaxed. Now take a nice deep breath in and notice the breath flow in through your nose and down through your throat. Notice your neck and your jaw. Just release any holding here. Soften your eyes, your cheeks, your forehead. Now let your whole face rest. One nice deep breath in, all the way from the tips of your toes, through your body, all the way now to the crown of your head. Just imagine a gentle thread of golden light connecting you to the sky above, while your feet remain heavy, rooted into the earth. Now, as you take your breaths in and out of the body, feel yourself steady, easeful, and present. This is Asana, not just posture, but embodiment. Feel this awareness in your body, the breath flowing through you. Carry this awareness into your day or your evening, wherever you are while you're listening to this practice. And remember, your body is your seat, your anchor, your presence. So just return your awareness to your breath. Rise and fall of your belly, your ribs and your chest. Start to take any movements of your fingers, your feet, ankles, wrists. Maybe draw your heels towards your seat, bring your knees into your chest, a little gentle rock from side to side. It may even be a big stretch and a yawn with your legs straight and your arms overhead. Whatever your body is telling you that you need right now. And it may be that you've got time to lay here a little bit longer. But if you haven't, wherever you are, once you stretch and move into the rocking sensation or a tight hug or a stretch out, making movements of the arms, head, neck, back, shoulders, always invite you to just roll onto one side. That is my signature move. Always roll onto one side before returning to your seated position. That is one thing that I've learned in my practice. It's the pause in that moment. Whilst your body is still anchored to the earth, becoming aware of how you choose to move yourself through your day, through your evening, wherever you are right now, with a nice sense of steadiness, easefulness, and being present, just being aware of your own body right now. So if you haven't already, just take your top hand from wherever you're laying on your side and allow it to help you to rise up to your seated position. And just to close here, we'll just again bring awareness into wherever you are right now as you close this practice, whether it's morning, midday or evening. Again, remember, your body is your seat, your anchor, your presence. So when you're ready, if you haven't done so already, you can open your eyes, take a nice deep breath in, and just thank yourself for turning up to this small practice each time I come live or to come here with my recordings, to just return to you really, a little bit of time out of our busy days, just to check in with ourselves and bring it forward, bring it into our days, our weeks, our months, our years ahead. Thank you. See you again soon.